Howdy, everyone. It's about 6:50 here in Michigan, and welcome back to Cool Stuff, etc. My name is Riley, and today we're going through a little CD haul, if you want to call it that, that I got at Dearborn Music, which is a local record store. And they have 2 locations, so if you're in the area, I would definitely recommend checking them out. I've been going there for years. They are great. So I got quite a lot of CDs. It was like a rough week at work, and I was like, I'm going to treat myself a little bit. And definitely splurged. Probably not the wisest thing to do around Christmas time. I'm still buying presents for people, but, we make mistakes. All right, so the first one I want to show is this one, Real Big Fish, Why Do They Rock So Hard? If you're not familiar, this is a ska punk band. They had that one big hit, Sell Out, which you might be familiar with. And this is their second album, if I didn't mention that yet. And I really, really like this album. This is a great album. The problem with me buying this album is that I already have a copy. I forgot. So that's on me. Thankfully, it was a used copy. It was only like $5, so I'll probably just give it to a friend. So if I know you IRL and you want this, just text me or something and I'll save it for you. So I'll put it right here for now. Yeah, my brain doesn't work so good sometimes. All right, now let's get into the ones that I'm actually going to keep. This is Lifted, or The Story is in the Soil, Keep Your Ear to the Ground. Long title, by Bright Eyes. This is out on Dead Oceans. This is an older release, but I believe this is 2022 edition, I guess. And if you're not familiar with Bright Eyes, they're like an indie folk kind of band, maybe a little bit of emo, but people say that, but I kind of don't really see it too much, other than the fact that the songs are like very sad and lyrics are quite poetic and sort of like diaristic in a way. But yeah, this is a great Bright Eyes album. I don't know if it's my favorite Bright Eyes album, but it's certainly up there. I think I just need to give it some more listens. It's quite long, so I haven't given it, like, when I listen to it on my like drives to work or something, I'll listen to maybe the first half of it. Maybe not even the first half. It's only like a 35-minute drive. And then I don't finish it. So I'm hoping that with this, I can put it on my stereo and listen to it in full when I have the time. All right, next up, Craven Idol, Forked Tongues. This is out on Dark Descent. And what would I describe this band as? Oh, there's a sticker left here. I think I would describe this band as like blackened thrash, or kind of, I don't know, speed metal, if it is appropriate or not, but it might be appropriate. It's been a minute since I've listened to this, and I don't have a super strong recollection of it, but I think I would say blackened thrash or speed metal, or all three of those genre tags. Sorry, stickers bother the shit out of me. Okay. So here you go, yeah. So that awesome cover art by Ilarion Cantor. I'm probably not saying that right, but that's okay. He does a lot of great artwork, so you probably see his work all over the place. So yeah, this is, from what I remember, I know I mentioned that I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember being very, very impressed with it. And so I'm definitely going to give it another listen or two and try to refresh myself. I'm sure once I hear the songs, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that riff is from this song. So, but yeah, I mean, there's some great songs on here that you could definitely check out. Venomous Rites, Wrath of Typhon, Forked Tongues, the title track. And then I think the last song is like really long, The Gods Have Left Us for Dead, but I remember liking that one a lot. So just don't remember fully how they sound. So I'm reaching in my bag here, kind of having random picks. All right. Carnation, Chapel of Abhorrence. This is out on Season of Mist. Carnation are like an old school death metal band, revival band. I'm not sure where they're from. Ooh, let me see their band name. Let me see if the bandmates' names is in the this little booklet here. But basically, yeah, this is a great band. Of the old school death metal revival bands, I would say they're probably one of the bands that has like the most modern sounding production. So you know, it's not, if you're looking for a band that sounds like it's from 1991. I mean, the riffs are written that way, I think, but the production's a bit more heavy hitting and fuller fidelity than, you know, you might find on those old recordings, which is fine. I don't think it's a bad thing. Sorry, I'm just trying to read this real quick. Yeah, I don't see any member names on here. So okay, I don't know. They're from somewhere. You can look it up on Metal Archives yourself. But yeah, this is also another recommendation. Again, it's been a while since I've heard this one, but there's a lot of good songs on here. Whisper, Unconquerable Sun, Hatred Unleashed. Oh yeah, Sermon of the Dead. Good ones. All right, let's see what else we got. Hooded Menace, Fulfill the Curse. Hooded Menace are Finnish Death Doom, I believe, and this is out on Hammerheart Records. I've only listened to Never Cross the Dead, and I really enjoy that album, but there's no easy way to get a physical release. Like I can't really find it like through their Bandcamp or on their merch store or through their label or whatever. So I'm looking for a copy of that on CD. That's relatively cheap, but for now I will let this tide me over because I'm sure this is just as good. I believe this is their first album. I believe so, at least. And yeah, cool artwork. It's got a cool slipcase. So, you know, we're down with that. Hooded Menace. Let's see. Oh, Hell Ripper. This is Coagulating Darkness on Peaceville Records. Hell Ripper is blackened thrash, speed metal, whatever you want to call it. I have not listened to this, but I've heard so many great things about it. I'm really looking forward to digging into it. And the crazy thing is that this is another one of those like solo bands. It's just this dude is doing everything, and those kinds of people are very impressive because I can barely play guitar, let alone drum and do vocals and produce and mix. So yeah. Oh. Summerlands, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, on Relapse Records. This is American power metal, which I don't have an incredible amount of experience with, which is why I got this. And it was very cheap. It was $6. It was used. And then, yeah, I mean, everything looks pretty great. You know, it's not beat to shit or anything like that, which is awesome. Yeah, of modern American power metal, this is supposed to be like up there from my understanding. So when I saw this, I totally jumped on it. And I'm excited to see what's in store. So yeah, you know, power metal is a genre that I don't have I have not listened to a whole lot of bands. I've listened to Visigoth, one album of Visigoth, yeah. And I guess if you count Dio, which I do. Oops, shit. I count Dio a little bit, but not the same. All right, going from power metal to probably its polar opposite. This is Wormrot with Abuse on Earache Records. This is grindcore. This is their debut album of very crazy kind of classic grindcore. And yeah, this band is one of the bands I listened to very early on, getting into extreme music. And there's all the song titles, you can barely read those. I listened to them very early on, and they kind of made me a fan for life with Dirge, and then I listened to Voices when it came out. And all of their albums are great, I would say. I haven't listened to their newest album. I've probably listened to it once, and it wasn't like immediately grasping me, but I feel like with time I will definitely get into it. So I'm looking out for that one as well. But this is their debut. And I haven't listened to this, and I was extremely surprised to find it in stock in this random record store in Dearborn. So, yeah, this is kind of funny because their newer stuff is a little bit more serious, I would say, in terms of like the lyrics and the songs. But these songs have very funny names, like "Born Stupid," and "Fuck, I'm Drunk," "Blasphemy My Ass," "Uncovered and Proud as Fuck." So, oh, there's one song in here that's just called "Murder." If I was gonna say, yeah, grindcore. If you're gonna get into grindcore, I don't think Wormout's a bad place to start. They are a very talented band, that's for certain. All right. This is the Mountain Goats, Getting Into Knives. If you are not familiar with the Mountain Goats, they are a very prolific folk rock band. Lots of conceptual albums, or albums that tell stories, or John Darnielle is a very big storyteller. I don't know what other than Knives, I'm not sure what the concept of this album is, if there is one. There's not always. And I have not listened to this, but I've been wanting to get more Mountain Goat stuff. So I found this. I almost got another CD by them as well, but I can't remember what it was. It was one of their newer ones. Oh well. But they're popular. There's plenty of CDs to get. So, and I should say this is out on Merge Records right there. So yeah, the Mountain Goats. I should mention that I really like them, and I've listened to a lot of their work, and they are quite a talented group. Since we have 3 left. All right, this is Title Fight with Floral Green. Melodic hardcore / if you want to say pop punk, I guess, or emo, and a little bit of shoegaze in there. That's kind of a new. They were kind of one of the progenitors of that sound, like combining shoegazy stuff with punk rock and whatnot. So, but Title Fight are great. This comes in a cool slipcase, like this. I believe they're from Pittsburgh. This is out on Side One Dummy, which are a label that I have listened to a lot of bands off of, or discovered a lot of new artists from. But yeah, this is as you would expect from a band like this. They're very emotional, very energetic songs. The vocals are great, very powerful, and like full vocals, screamed vocals on this. And they're kind of sometimes buried in the mix, which is kind of the point, I think, but it's very cool. Yeah, great album. I think this is wonderful if you are looking for something emotional, something energetic, and very, most of the time, very fast-paced, I would say. There's a couple slow parts here and there that helps to break it up, but yeah, give it a listen. All right, like I said, 2 more. Let's just get them out of here. Be ready to go. Let's start with this one first. Gorguts Obscura. I found this used, and this is one of the Gorguts albums that I have not listened to. This is out on Punishment 18 Records, which I'm not familiar with. And can you hear that? There you go. It was used, as I mentioned, and there's nothing holding this CD in place. And I didn't know that when purchasing it because it was wrapped up a little bit. So, but I got it for cheap. I'll probably just replace the jewel case and it should be fine. But yeah, this is technical death metal. I have not listened to this, as I mentioned. I have listened to a lot of their other works. So I listened to Consider Dead, Erosion of Sanity, and then I, for some reason, skipped over this and went straight to From Wisdom to Hate. Do I have that CD? This is something I should check before. I do. I have Consider Dead and I have From Wisdom to Hate, but I don't have Erosion of Sanity. I thought I had the first 2. So maybe that's why I skipped over it. But yeah, I expect to be very, very confused by this. I know this is like death metal deconstructed to like the nth degree. So I know it's going to be kind of crazy, but I'm excited to get into it. Did anybody else, when they saw this cover, think this was Bones? I always thought this was like a Bones, but I think it's his legs. Like he's floating or something. It's his legs. Very cool cover art, but I always thought it was Bones. All right, and then lastly, Full of Hell. This is their newest, I believe, Guarded of Burning Apparitions on Relapse Records. And yeah, Full of Hell, like Wormrot, is a band that I got into very early in my extreme metal career. And, you know, they made a fan for life. I've listened to all of their releases. I've, you know, been there for new releases. I got Weeping Choir when it came out, and I got this. Now, I don't know why. I just think I forgot to pre-order this when it was announced or whatever. So I didn't end up getting it until now. But and I haven't listened to it that much, to be honest. I need to listen to this more. I've listened to the other stuff basically to death, but this is an album that I just like haven't taken the time with. I'm not really sure why. So yeah, if you're into chaotic, noisy, grindcore, I would say their later stuff is a little bit death metal influenced as well, with very, very hellish vocals. I mean, the dude in this band who on vocals is like insane, total maestro or prodigy, I should say, when it comes to that. Like, oh my God, it's insanity. Yeah, check it out. I recommend it. Maybe start with Trumpeting Ecstasy, not this one, because I don't know. I can't speak to the quality fully on that one, but I would expect that it's pretty good quality. Yeah, so that's everything. Let me show you the stack. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stick around for more. Coming soon. Like, comment, subscribe. I think I'm supposed to say that, so.